Bengal, where we're now given to understand that the Panchayat poll dates, there is going to be no change. Remember, the Calcutta High Court was hearing this particular case. The State Election Commission will decide on the election. That is the verdict that has now come to the fore from the Calcutta High Court. Despite both the Congress and the BJP going to court asking for more time as far as filing of nomination is concerned, the window between the filing of nomination and the election had to be increased was one of the demands that they had made, but that has now been rejected. The dates stay the same. Komalika, my colleague, getting us more details of what's transpired. Yes, Komalika.
Well, what we are getting it right now from the court is that court has stated that it is the State Election Commission which will decide whether the nomination dates will be extended or not. Not only that, the other decisions will also be taken by State Election Commission. This is what we are getting from the court. Preliminary, the extension date of the nomination, that decision has to be taken by the court, by State Election Commission.
Now, the final decision stays with the State Election Commission. Now, yesterday, as far as submitting that report goes, Komalika, the SEC, I beg your pardon, had told the court that they are okay with extending the nomination date by 1 day. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. The ACC yesterday had stated that for 1 day they don't have any problem in extension of the nomination date for 1 more day. That's what the State Election Commission stated. And today, the court has almost given all responsibility to the SEC, State Election Commission.
Now, we've seen the kind of doubts that the opposition, especially the BJP, had raised as far as the State Election Commission goes, Komalika. They had said that this was going to be advantage TMC because the State Election Commission was acting on the behest of the TMC, and the TMC knew the schedule beforehand.
Clearly, we don't know whether TMC knew the schedule beforehand or not, but this is clear that this judgment which has come, it is clearly for the TMC because the government along with the State Election Commission, whenever the State Election Commission decides the Panchayat date, that is in tune with the state government. So obviously it's not a blow for the TMC, but rather it's a blow for the opposition.
Yes.
As every decision will be taken by the State Election Commission.
Yes, Komalika, thank you so much for getting us the latest as far as what transpired in the Calcutta High Court goes. Gargi Nandi Roy and Anilbar Banerjee continue to be with us on this broadcast. Gargi Nandi Roy, do you think this is a setback for the BJP? Your plea for extension, for more time to file nominations, or the aspersions that were cast on the State Election Commission, none seem to be finding water.
See, the aspersions of the State Election Commissioner is not very wrong. He was seen with TMC leaders, sitting in the evening, or should I call it partying and spending time. So it is quite known that he is very close to the TMC party and the head honchos. And within 1 day of assuming office, he declared the election date. So it is not beyond doubt. Whatever the court has said, I cannot say anything against that. But I don't think it should be a fair election, which it seems to be very hard. We have seen the kind of violence that has happened already, which has happened. There's been killing in Murshidabad district also. One person was shot dead after filing his nomination, the Congress person Fulchand Sheikh. And if you remember, the ghost of post-poll violence still haunts people of Bengal. So that has to be taken care of. We know that this Panchayat elections, why they are very important for the ruling party, because it is a source of revenue generation. And the money that comes, it goes to the top. So that's why they are so desperate to keep the power to themselves, grab power, and they prefer bullets over ballots. So that's why we see so much violence also. And yes, the opposition may not have been ready, but I cannot comment on the court's thing. Yes, if there would have been more time given, it would have been better for the opposition parties. We expect a fair election, which is very difficult in West Bengal.
And we've seen the kind of violence that has transpired in the last 2 to 3 days. Now, the nomination filing has just about begun. It's day 3 of nomination filing, and unfortunately, we've seen instances of violence, instances of blockade as alleged by the opposition that have also come to the fore. Anilbar Banerjee, now we're still awaiting more details to come out of court as far as the deployment of central forces is concerned for elections. But given the history of West Bengal and violence during elections, Would it be so bad to call in central forces for additional reinforcements?
See, after the Shitol Kuchi incident in 2021, where the central forces had gunned down 4 people in West Bengal, I don't think any sane person from Bengal would actually welcome the presence of the central forces. Yes, you're right that there have been elections marred by violence in West Bengal for very long, but we had never seen any police personnel firing upon voters, firing upon ordinary men outside booths. We have witnessed exactly that in 2021. And what the BJP is saying right now, these are the same rhetorics they used to repeat before the 21 elections. And we have seen 8-phase elections, thousands of central forces, crores and crores of money pumped in, daily passengering by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister and a lot of ministers of the BJP, and yet they failed to cross the 3-digit mark. They had a target of 200 seats. They even declared that they are forming the government after the 4th or the 5th phase of the elections. But we have seen they had miserably failed. And now the situation is so dire for them that they're struggling to hold their own party together. Their top leaders, they are divided into 3 factions. Mr. Shukanto Majumdar, nobody cares about his opinions. He's saying that we will not field candidates in all the seats, and that is actually our ploy. And the other senior leaders are actually criticizing him for that. They are flabbergasted that how can a state president of a party can say that not fielding candidates in all the seats is actually election ploy. Therefore, the BJP is in a very bad condition. The central forces seems to be their last resort. They might want to repeat the Shitol Kuchi incident once again and create a fear among the ordinary voters. So
but
that
is the state equipped? Is the state equipped with enough force to ensure that there is no violence, or that even if there is, in the aftermath, that all action can be taken? Anirban Banerjee, is the state equipped to deal with that?
First of all,
in terms of mere numbers.
Yeah, it's up to the Election Commission. They are an independent body. As I've heard from reports, the Election Commission will probably call in police forces from other neighboring states as well. They are going to arrange all kind of security measures. And if the court has not given any order for taking the days for nomination filing, I don't think they are going to direct for any other central forces or other measures either. The Election Commission is at complete liberty to take whatever decision they want. The political parties can, of course, place their demands. That is completely fine.
Sure. So at the moment, there is a setback coming to the fore to the opposition that was seeking more time as far as nomination goes. Unfortunately, I'm out.